Hello and welcome back to another episode of cedh Bling Builds. Today we're going to go over the one-of-a-kind Dimir commander that no one else does anything quite like this. Una, Queen of the Fae. Nah, I'm just kidding. Today we're going to go over the one-of-a-kind Dimir commander that no one else does anything quite like it. Kel's the Fight Fixer. Nope, I'm just kidding. Today we're going to feature the one-of-a-kind Dimir commander that no one else does anything quite like it, Toxrill the Corrosive. You see, I make funnies. That's what we do here on this channel. And the idea is that all these Dimir commanders, they do the same shit, right? They want to make an infinite colored mana and be an infinite colored mana outlet in the command zone. Easy, right? But what makes Toxrill so different from the other two, which is why the other two are power crept away into oblivion, is that Toxrill, if you could land the Toxrill, it is a very, very, very problematic control piece, right? Your opponent's dorks, gone. Your opponent's hate bears, gone in 2 turns. 2 entities, right? Their thicker, problematic pieces, gone by the time the turn comes back to you. And then they're really, really thick pieces. That's your fault. That's a Toxrill fault for letting that shit hit the board in the first place. Let's read what Toxrill does. So Toxrill, the Corrosive, a legendary slug horror. Ooh, baby, she's thick. That's 7/7. And at the beginning of each end step, you put a Bukkake counter on each creature you don't control. Creatures you don't control get a -1/-1 for each Bukkake counter on them. Whenever a creature you don't control with a Bukkake counter on it dies, create a 1/1 slug creature token. That's crazy. That's crazy. Let's get into the deck. So, of course, we have a Toxrill the Corrosive. Gonna have that wow, look at that, like whoa, see, these are proxies. These are, I didn't print them out correctly. That's the problem. That's so wild. Wow, illusions. And then of course we had the alternate art for no real good reason. We have to have both copies. And then of course we are in Dimir, so it's going to be a lot of the familiar faces, right? A lot of the usual suspects. Tried and true. And we have an Isochron Scepter and a dramatic reversal, right? Easy. Get rocks to produce 3, and you are off to the races. If one of those rocks can produce a colored mana, you're even better. And if one of those rocks can produce mana of any color, GG's, no rees, right? And of course, we're in Dimir. Gotta have your Thassa's Oracle, Demonic Consultation, naming Exodia, the Forbidden One. Just kidding, naming Lightning Bolt or whatever you want. That's not in the deck. Because it's just too easy, right? And a Tainted Pact. Just way too easy of a combo. Like, why wouldn't you run this combo in the deck? I'm gonna run this combo into the ground until it's a dead combo. And then when that dies, I'm just going to swap to like a Chain of Smog bullshit or something. We have isorev, so might as well have a top in the deck, right? I know top has lost favor over the decades of EDH. But if for whatever reason I cannot get the Toxrill out, this is another way to draw my deck. Pretty cool. And since we have the top, and since to be honest, I have really nothing else going on in this deck, we have the top and the Bolz's Citadel. We're not in red, so we can't make infinite treasure and then use 9 treasure plus a Citadel, sack it to ping, and then bring it back with like an Underworld Breach. Right? Can't do that here. So the Citadel and top just become like a convoluted ad nauseum, right? More moving pieces ad nauseum. And then Toxrill allows us to play this weird fan-made card, right? These custom cards. I swear these custom cards. Kormus Bell. Kormus Bell is an artifact for 4, where it says treat all swamps in play as 1/1 creatures. Now they could be enchanted, killed, and so forth. And they can be tapped either for mana or to attack. Wow! Wow! That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm gonna let the mono black player, I'm gonna give them so much advantage, man. Right? They're gonna this OTK me. They're gonna have their 40 swamps and just bop me in the head. Right? What a nice guy. No, of course, Toxrill will turn those swamps into 1/1s, and they die. I get my slugs. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. If something happens to my lands, my swamps, I don't give a shit. I have rocks. Blood wound me. I don't care. I have rocks. So how can we pair this up to make it extra juicy, extra spicy in Toxrill? And don't forget, I mean, this is a blue artifact deck, so I could cheat this in, no problem. It's not anime Yu-Gi-Oh fantasy. I could get this without a problem, and we'll find out. We'll discover that as we move along. But how do I make Kormus Bell in Toxrill actually disgusting? I'm going to use a bad card. Herborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth. Yes. Yes. A lot of people have the Herborg in their list. I don't know why. I don't know why. We're in a format where there's a race to peer into the abyss. We're in a race to ad nauseum. Why in the world would you give your opponents advantage like that? I don't like Herborg. I'm not going to foil it out. I picked it up just for Toxrill because I never owned a Herborg. I don't think it's a good card. I am sorry. I don't. But in this deck, this is just too spicy of a combo. You gotta have it. You gotta have it. So it makes the cut. And that's it. Those are the combos. Those are the things that are going on with the deck. Dimir's Born. Dimir's Born. Land your Toxrill and get value. Pay the Dimir, every now and then. Draw a card. Easy. Okay. Moving on to our counters package. Keep it simple. Right? We have a mental misstep. We have a miscast. We have an OG Dispel. We have a Flusterstorm. We have a Swan Song. We have a Spell Pierce because the game's different now. I had a Spell Pierce. Sold my Spell Pierce. And then I had to buy it again. Go figure. Because I thought it just was power crept. We have a Mana Drain, right? And the dream, of course, would be to mana drain something nice, something like 3 or 4, right? And then just use that mana to help drop a Toxrill, right? The mana drain kind of turns into like a Jeweled Lotus in that regard. Because Toxrill, it's fairly costed. It's really fairly costed. Why isn't Toxrill like 7 being like 3, 2 black and 2 blue or something? Whatever. I'm not in card design. A Force of Negation, just if shit goes down while Toxrill's on board, or it's weird. There's no Fierce Guardianship in the game, in the deck. It's your call. I'm not anticipating landing the Toxrill early game or at all, right? My main objective is to find the isorev. Plan B would be to find the thoracle. And then plan C is to assemble the kormus spell combo. It depends on the matchup, is what I mean. So there's no Fierce Guardianship in the deck. And then a Pact of Negation and a Force of Will. Our tutor package. We have Vampiric Tutor, Mystical Tutor, Imperial Seal, Demonic Tutor. A lot of the same familiar faces. Come on, guys. It's the same stuff. Merchant Scroll. Merchant Scroll in this deck wants to grab your Dramatic Reversal or a Cyclonic Rift. Muddle the Mixture. Plenty of 2-drops. Here we go. For a Corvus spell. We have, or anything else. We have Fabricate. Right. Reshape. And the Transmute Artifact. No Word of Invention. The priority is to find the Dramatic Reversal. To find the Isochron Scepter with Reversal in hand, or the Corvus spell. But Word of Invention, I like where in other decks where I'm desperately looking for smaller artifacts. Right, Bolas' Citadel, Corvus spell, too thick, too expensive for me to want a Word of Invention into it. A Praetor's Grasp, right? I could grab anything from my opponent, whatever I want, really, and then they have to deal with it. And then a Yawgmoth's Will for a little bit of recursion. Our rituals, we have a Dark Ritual, Cabal Ritual, Culling the Weak, Reign of Filth. And for our whack-ass Dimir removal package, we have a Chain of Vapor, which could be weird, right? If it's the type of game where I'm trying to land Toxrill, I don't want to bounce back. Oof, that hurts, just the thought of it. Resculpt, a Rabid Hybridization, and Pongify. We have a Toxic Deluge, and of course a Cyclonic Rift. Our draw package. I gotta have the draw package the way I want to have it. I don't care if we're in a Rule of Law meta. I'm sorry. I need the ability to just like try to dig deeper, right, and find pieces that I need. And we have a OG Brainstorm, OG Preordain, OG Ponder, and an OG Kit Probe. We have a Windfall, and of course, no blue deck is complete without a Time Twister. Make sure to buy your Time Twister in your local discount bin. We have Appearance of the Abyss, and a Ad Nauseam. The CMC is low enough I could get Ad Nauseam value for my Ad Naus. Our creature package, we have our Opposition Agent, Dothy Voidwalker, our Dark Confidant. I like Bob too much. He's a good boy. Gilded Drake. And we have a Tezzeret the Seeker and a Narset, Partner of Veils. And then the best of the rest, we have our enchantments. We have a Mystic Remora, a Mystic Study, a Necropotence. Some artifacts, some utility artifacts. We have Skull Clamp, which I might take out the deck in exchange for a Diabolic Intent, or I don't know. This is like a Skull Clamp's like a weird flex slot, right? Wishclaw Talisman, and then our rocks. We have a Lotus Petal, Jeweled Lotus. I have some news. You you weirdos that watch these videos get on me about my Grim Monolith. And so the story behind Grim Monolith, well, I guess I'll explain it when we get there. When we get there. Dimir Signet, Talisman of Dominance, Fell War Stone, Arcane Signet, Chrome Mox, Mox Opal, Mox Diamond. Okay, so Grim Monolith. And so a lot of you guys get on me about my paper Grim Monolith, which is crazy because like in real life, a lot of you have never even seen with your own eyes in real life in front of you, like a time twister. But you get on me about the Grim Monolith not being foiled out. So since it's kind of annoying, I don't know if it's like a weird meme. I'm a nobody YouTuber, so it's not a meme. I'm gonna start a little bit of a fund to pick up my foil Grim Monolith, hopefully by the end of 2022. Yeah. So the original story, I was going to buy a Grim Monolith as a graduation gift to myself. Something happened in the market. Everything was all this reserve list stuff was being like bought up really, really rapidly. And so at that point, the Grim Monolith, which at the time was a card, the foil Grim Monolith at the time that this happened was under 700. Yeah, it was under $700. But then I don't know what happened. Now it's like a $3,000 card. So yeah, so I'm gonna start a little fund to slowly save up for a monolith. And then that will be the end of that story. So it was between a Grim Monolith. So like I really wanted a really nice card for myself by the end of 2022. It was going to be like some of the OG shocks in my favorite colors, or an extended foil Jeweled Lotus. But Jeweled Lotus is a weird card that could get like some sort of weird reprint. It won't top the extended foil, but it will hit the price of the extended foil. Or Grim Monolith. So Grim Monolith is it, and that's the one. Mana Vault, Mana Crypt, Soul Ring, and then the lands. Very simple. No, wait, that's not all. It's not very simple. This is an artifact tutored deck. Right. So we have our 7 fetches. We have 1 island, 1 snow island, 1 swamp, 1 snow swamp. We have a watery grave and an underground sea. And then we have these weird utility lands for, artifact-centric decks. We have Academy Ruins, Buried Ruin, Inventor's Fair, and Urza's Saga. And then some artifact lands to help tutor up, to sacrifice for like the transmute artifacts and such. We have a Seed of the Synod and a Vault of Whispers. And then the rest, we have Ancient Tomb, Phyrexian Tower, just to get a little value with slugs, if that happens, right? It's there. Thankfully, Phyrexian Tower taps for colorless. An Underground River. I'm not going to upgrade this one because we're just like a Horizon land, a Dimir Horizon land away from this being obsolete. Well, no. This being obsolete. Sunken Ruins. Clearwater Pathway, Morphic Pool. Am I losing light, or are these cards really these sleeves are really worn out? Jeez. Gemstone Cavern, and then Command Tower. Easy peasy, easy deck. Dimir, so easy. And there you have it. You have Toxrill, the Corrosive, a Dimir commander that does something that no other Dimir commanders do. So yeah, until next time, until the next Dimir commander that comes out that does something no other Dimir commanders does, I shall be back with another deck tech. I'm really hoping that I could put together these Tassiger videos, this Tassiger series, but I don't. The story goes, I bought a Coma, the showcase foil, and the seller shipped it with no tracking, and it's like, bro, crazy. And so I don't know where it's been. This happened before Christmas, you know, and now we're in like the middle of January. So so that's that. Anyway, thanks again. Catch you later.